Hello again! So, first of all, you might be wondering, hey, what happened to those videos? And you'll see me post them a little later. You see, if you remember, I think in the video before that we had done before I went to the
Right.
festival, as I was going to like a little music festival, I took a lot of videos there, a lot of pictures there. My phone, which is what I record on, what I kind of snip down the videos to a little bit, taking off the beginnings and the ends. I had a lot of space on my phone, so much space that I couldn't even like edit the videos down. And so basically, what I had to do is go get a external hard drive, so I can go take all those photos and videos and just go store them on there. And so now I have the space, and so basically, what I'll end up doing is last week's video that we did for Quantum Leap and the first episode of the Mole that I want to do. I'll put those two out, and then right at like probably seconds after that, I'll put this video out, and then I'll do this other explainer for the next Mole video that we do, and I'll put that one out, and boom. So then we'll all be caught up. But right now, we're gonna talk about Quantum Leap episode 5. Correct? Yes.
Yes.
Kyle.
Okay, well, story wise, I didn't think it was as good as the previous one,
Mm-hmm.
but it did give us some twist at the end, which was very interesting. But I mean, like story wise, I didn't think it was as good as the other ones.
Okay.
I don't know what you thought about it. I mean,
For the most part, it was pretty much on par for the most part. For me, there were certain things that probably didn't work as well. I definitely enjoyed the little like I think the thing that really like piqued my interest again that like made me like shoot up and go whoa what's going on was the ending.
yep.
But I found it interesting on the present, like outside the quantum leap
Mm-hmm.
machine. What was going on with the senator, I guess, and her interviewing everyone. I did find it very like I'm every episode I get more and more attached and in love with the characters of Ben Song and Addison.
Mm-hmm.
And just the scene where she goes into the to talk to the congresswoman, and the congresswoman's asking her questions, and all she's saying is
Yes, ma'am.
yes ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
yes ma'am. And it's like just with that those two very simple words, like she can kind of change what she's saying, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the tone she gives, like just her, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. Just the way that she would do it, I was like, oh my, God, I'm in love with her. She's amazing. So I really enjoyed that. The one thing that I think kind of didn't work was whenever Magic was talking to the Congresswoman at the very end, because she's like, I know what's going on. Y'all did the quantum leap thing without and da 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 da, and she's about to like leave to go tell Congress or the committee or whatever, and they're gonna shut him down. And then Magic brings up the thing about her brother dying in a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
and that they can go and save him and everything. The thing that didn't work, it just seemed a bit jarring, is the Congresswoman's attitude in the meeting. Because at first she's like, "Are you blackmailing me?" And he's like, "No, no, no. We're gonna go and save him." And it's just like she goes from a very like kind of poised and like thinking like, what should she do in this moment? And the very next time you see her, it's the very next scene outside of wherever they were talking, and she's all smiles and happy and everything. I'm like, that seems okay. I just think it should have been a little bit, I don't know, not as okay, we're done, cool, cool, cool. Just tone it down just a little bit more, I think, in the situation. But I think that's the only thing that really didn't work, where I was just like I was jarred by it. As for the story that was going on in the Quantum Leap machine, I'm kind of with you. Where again, like I said, I wasn't as
They didn't
entertained
really
and
bring
riveted.
anything more. Like the outer space one was
Mhm.
terrific because Ben's never done it, and it's got risk to it.
Mhm.
And then he goes in the female body. It's different because he's not a female, and
Mhm.
he's got to figure out these problems. This one didn't really add anything new. We just learned one bit of information that he's a pacifist.
Right. So I mean, I guess it's interesting to a certain degree in the sense of trying to figure out how to solve a problem without actually resorting to violence.
I think the
and killing
most
someone.
enjoyable part of it was that they were in the Wild Wild West,
Mm-hmm.
which I enjoy that. I mean, but other than that, I mean,
Now, of course, the thing that we have to talk about is the very end, where Ben's about to leap, and all of a sudden, I did think it was interesting that there's a moment where Ben is uh, by himself. I think he's talking to Addison at the time, but he's like having a drink, trying to figure out like what he's gonna do, and the camera kind of like I can't remember if it was like a two shot where you saw the guy in the back, or they did like a thing where after he leaves, the camera like goes to the guy that's just sitting there kind of behind him, and you just kind of see him. And I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, is there going to be a thing where the guy's going to be like, he's crazy. He's a crazy man. He's talking to himself. Like, I wasn't sure what was going to happen right there. And then it kind of tied back at the end where he goes up to Ben. He's like, Ben Song, stop following me. You shouldn't have followed me here. And so now I'm wondering what he could be.
mm-hmm.
So either I I don't think it's Sam, although there is that possibility that it could be.
And maybe he's another test subject.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be like maybe someone else they were doing a test with, and so I want to go back and I haven't done it yet. I want to go back and watch the first episode again, at least that like that beginning, that opening scene, because I know it's the situation where Al's daughter, she's like on the machines and everything, and she's like, "Oh my God, no way" or whatever. So I want to see what exactly she says, and because I think they also show like her messages to Ben. I want to see like what her messages to Ben are and actually read it and see like was it something like I found him or I found like what we're looking for, whatever it might be. Because like I said, potentially Sam, but I highly doubt that one. There's the potential that he could be a leaper, like a test subject, like you said. And then the other one, which again at this moment I don't think is a likelihood, but it would be interesting if it was Evil Leaper.
Well, I will say that I don't think if it was a Evil Leaper, really didn't seem that way because he wasn't really interacting with any of really the other townspeople.
That is very true.
Way.
So then it's just a matter of who could this person be? Like if he is a test subject kind of person, what is he doing? And why doesn't he want to get caught?
And how long has he been there?
Exactly.
Is this his only one and only leap that he's done so far, or?
And then kind of going to how I had my like theories about what they're trying to do with like stopping Sam from going into the thing. What if that point is them trying to stop this person from going into the quantum leap machine? And I don't know what this person has done while he's kind of been in here.
We don't even know if that's his real face.
Oh no, I can guarantee you that's not his real face.
That's not? Okay.
Yeah. Because whenever it was like in the original series where it was Sam and the Evil Leaper, like sure, we saw their actual faces, like of who they were, but like in canon, like in the show, Sam couldn't see the Evil Leaper's face. He would just see whoever's face it was, and vice versa with the Evil Leapers. They wouldn't see Sam's face. They would just see whoever's body that Sam was in's face. So I can guarantee you that the person that went up to Ben and everything, that's not gonna be like if episode 10 comes around, right, and they finally like confront the guy, whoever it is that they confront and maybe like get out of the machine, it's not gonna be the face that you saw in this episode.
Right.
And if he pops up in other episodes, in like other timelines, it's not gonna be that face you saw this. It'll be whatever like person or face they want to be in that episode. But yeah, so I'm intrigued. Like as soon as he was like, Ben, stop following me or whatever, I was like, my first thought was Evil Leaper, but then I'm like, whoa, that doesn't make sense because he would have been a little bit more proactive in stopping things from happening and whatnot. But it does get me my juices flowing. Like, what could this be? So like, as I said, kind of going through, like I wasn't the most interested. As soon as it happened, I was like, ooh, what's going on? So yeah, I'm definitely got peak interest right now of what could this be.
Yep.
And once again, I'm thinking now this must be the whole reason for Ben going in, and this must be the point that they're trying to get to. And so now it's just a matter of what is that point. Again, I haven't seen the like trailer for the next episode, but I am thinking that
yeah, this episode was a bit different because usually we'll see the next body he jumps into after.
Yeah, they usually do that too. I think they had their main focus on this person. So I I kind of wonder if I watch the preview for the next one if there's gonna be more like kind of delved into. Like I can almost imagine what they'll end up doing in the next episode is, again, having not seen the trailer for it, but is in the present, Addison's going to tell like Magic and all them like this happened here. What could this be? And they're going to go kind of look in their archives and they're going to find, oh look, it's John Smith, John Doe. He was a test subject that we put in there, and then that's the face that's going to be like your actual like leaper. And so what might end up happening actually is if we see this kind of interaction happen again, mind you, Ben won't be able to see him, but they might show like us, oh look, there he is, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm intrigued. So 5. So I don't think they've announced specifically how many episodes they have this season. If I had to guess, again, probably 10, which means we're halfway through the season now. So it kind of makes sense that that they've kind of brought this mystery into it. But yeah, so what did you all think about this episode? Were you a bit kind of let down by the story kind of going on? Were you intrigued at all by this this new kind of leaper person that we found out about? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and everything. Again, you will see the previous video that we talked about the show from last week, right before this. So if you're wondering about that, that's where it is. And then, again, The Mole, we'll have our episode 1 kind of talk on the first episode of the new season of The Mole. That'll also be up there now, probably today, once I go home to edit all these videos down. And then, on top of that, the next video that we're going to do, it's going to be on The Mole, episodes 2 through 8, because I haven't seen 9 or 10 yet, even though Kyle's seen 9, so don't tell me anything that happens to that. And then what I might almost want to do, we'll see, I almost want to do like episode 9 talk and episode 10 talk, but since you're already like halfway through 10, well, I'll probably just have to wait till I even binge the 2 episodes. But I'll put 2 through 8 up, and then we'll do a video on episodes 9 and 10.
I had nothing else to do while I was waiting for you.
Oh goodness!
I mean,
you could have watched you could have watched Celebrity Mole. You could have watched Celebrity Mole. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. Again, you can follow me on all social media at Tyler92, or if you want to follow Letterboxd, where I talk, review and talk about and watch movies. I'm just Tyler on there. Kyle.
Nothing.
No social media.
Nothing.
As always. But yeah, so there's all that. And then yeah, we'll see you in the next video.